Alright guys, so here's the tutorial for the stripper deck trick that I did a couple of, hours ago basically. Now, what this is it's a gimmick deck of cards, and it's one of the most universal, amazing decks of cards I've ever seen. Now what the stripper deck is it's a deck of cards that's not like normal cards. Here, I have a normal deck of cards here. There we go. And there's a very slight difference here, okay? And what it is that it's actually tapered at one end, which, if you don't know what that means, tapered means it's slightly smaller at one end than it is at the other end. So one side is smaller than the other, which means that if I go through and take it out, as I spin it, okay, so they say this is the smaller side, okay, this is the larger side. If I take it out and then I spin it off of my finger, now the larger side is at the bottom, which means if I put it in, it's going to be sticking out right here, which allows me to slide it out easily. You see that? See how that works? Now, which means that what I did in the tutorial or the performance, I just had them select a card. I just spun it out of the deck in a very normal action, but I just reversed its position. So that means that now the larger side is where the smaller side should be. So when I put it back into the deck, now you see there's a little bit of a indentation here where you can pull out that card. Okay? So like, you can do any variation of this, and you can shuffle the deck. Don't do a riffle shuffle, just do an overhand shuffle, and because you don't want to mix up the whole thing. This way it keeps the cards in the same format, going front and back. It just goes up and down. And you can have the spectator shuffle the deck, provided they do the overhand shuffle. So when you ask them, can you shuffle cards like this, and just shuffle, you're implying that, can you shuffle the overhand shuffle? Can you do the overhand shuffle? If they say yeah, and they start to do the overhand shuffle, great for you. If they don't, then the whole trick is ruined. So once they're satisfied, and look, you see that? It's right here. I spread out the deck and ask them, is your card somewhere in the middle? It's right here. And they say yes, it is. And then, okay, so look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to separate it into two halves. That's the card. Here's what I do. Look. So while I'm saying I'm going to separate it into two halves, I'm going to feel for that little out jog is. And you're trying to get to the bigger side. Now, obviously, you can't feel where the smaller part is because it's inside the deck. So you feel where that is. And then you lift all those cards away from the rest of the top of the deck. You're trying to get it somewhere in the middle when you do the overhand shuffle. And you can feel where it is because obviously it's tapered, stripped, if you wish. Now, you take it off, and you're just taking all the cards with that one on top, and you put it here. Now, the rest is pretty simple. You just mix it around, keeping track of where that card is, okay? Keeping track of where it is at all times. With, like, your fingers, just memorize where it is. And then, now, once you memorize where it is, you go around and just do this big show, and you stab it. If you have, like, a knife or something, like, do I have anything that I can, oh yeah, this will work. If you have like when did I get this? You could just stab it and then reveal their card, but it doesn't matter because there it is. Now you will have to reset after this. You will have to reset all them in their orientation, but it's really simple. Well, I'll show you how to reset. So once I have this, see, this is the only downside of it, is that the fact that you have to reset after everyone, but you can just literally just strip the cards out right here and then turn them around, and there you go. So you're reset right now and ready to perform another trick with the stripper deck. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. If you want this deck, click in the link below. Also, if you haven't seen the performance, go ahead and click there. I mean, truth be told, I kind of forgot if I already put that link up. But if I did, whatever. You can also check in the description for it. This was the stripper deck. It's a really cool deck of cards. If you pair this in the same one as your invisible deck, which if you don't know what that is, you just like name any card, like say they name the 4 of hearts, and you go through and you can see that it's all normal except there's one card right here that's face down and it's the 4 of hearts. But if you pair it with that, link for this trick will be right here too, then it provides a really great routine. And it's pretty much foolproof if you don't accidentally reset a card. That's why in the performance I had to, when that king flew out, I was like, oh, do I put it back? Because I had to figure out which way it was going. But luckily when I put it back, it was going the right way. Okay, I gotta shut up now. I'm gonna go and do something. I have no idea. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I guess I already said I'll see you next time. So, cut. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.